Coming to you direct from deep underneath your favorite Japanese wrestling arena, it's time for your high-speedy, strongly styled, fighting spirited, secret handshaking, wink wink nudge nudge, lethal dose of female professional wrestling, primarily in the land of shoguns and rising suns. It's time for you to remove your blindfold, accept a complimentary fruity drink that's totally not sus at all, and learn from our inside terminology, because you, our friends, have nearly willfully accepted the invite and have joined our Cult of Joshi. Now allow me to introduce you to your fighting spirited guides, Raja and John.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my co-host, John.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about a little Stardom.
Good. Sorry, I was taken aback by that old all-in poster we have over there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Really is.
There's some good shit in here.
There really is some good shit. We have a that Beyond Wrestling.
Oh man.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna grab that while we're live here.
Okay. Yeah, you just stand up and grab that.
Just talk to everybody. I'm
really
gonna grab
quick.
something.
Yes, we're in our studio right now with all of our wrestling memorabilia just
off the wall.
laying around. That was a fun night. That was a good one. One of the better nights of indie pro wrestling that we attended.
What was it? American Rana 2018.
Yeah.
Can you make out? There's Penelope Ford.
There's so many signatures on there.
See Penelope Ford. There's Skylar. Remember Skylar?
I remember, yes. I remember specifically the match that happened with Penelope in it at American Rana.
Oh God, there's Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta. Wow, back when he was just a little babe.
Yeah, there's
a wee babe.
There's Nick Gage.
Beyond Wrestling was before its time.
These are all the signatures on one poster. There's Mia Yim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Standing room only. Literally, you had to stand.
Yeah, you had to stand.
There were no seats.
You only had to stand. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I went by myself and bought that poster because we had to have it. We had to have the signed by everyone who was there because it was just a monumentous occasion.
Oh, wait a second. Monumentous.
That's what it felt like at the time.
So, I'm glad the fact that you pointed out that I didn't go buy the poster. I caught that.
That was my job. I was always the one to go get the merch and stuff.
The merch and stuff, yes.
And pictures with the wrestlers.
That was a really good. That was an actual fun summer.
It was, yeah, like the whole year of 2018, essentially.
It really was. There was a whole lot. My God, the indies were packed.
Yeah, especially in the Northeast. It was like insane. Everyone was always coming out to the shows.
Where we were at, man, it was just your local shows just having like Brody King and Gunther and... Yeah,
I miss it up there sometimes.
Walter.
Makes me wonder if they're still as like hopping as they were back then.
They're always hopping and hoppity hop hop. So you know what else was hopping?
What?
Stardom.
Oh man, they had a little 3-day run of just some exciting news and
was really
some
good,
great matches, like amazing wrestling.
It's tasty.
It was. It was like the Stardom you want when you tune in to watch Stardom.
The Stardom you always want, but are afraid to ask for.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, your girl had a really great showing.
Oh man, yeah, I think everyone was out here like trying to prove, like they've been saying. Stardom isn't going anywhere.
There was people trying to prove stuff, but there was only one queen. Hi, Yuria.
Yes. We'll get there. We have 3 things to talk about regarding Stardom today.
Hey, we have some big people listening to the show.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm just saying, hello, Yuria. How you doing? You did great.
Just in case. Just in case.
All right.
So over the weekend, there were 3 big things that happened. One wasn't a show, so I can't say 3 big shows. But starting on July the 4th, we had New Blood, which are always great fun. This one seemed a little more exciting than usual. Some in good ways, some in not so good ways.
That's exactly right. Hold on a second. Let's tip our 40. Well, you tip your 40 to your dead homies. I guess
yeah.
We don't want to do that.
No.
So we want to give a 100% big shout out, love, all the boom, boom, boom love to Miss Rena.
Yes, of course, because the way that New Blood started out is not the way that you ever want to see a wrestling show go, is it?
No.
Because Rina was in a singles match with Emma Maishima, and not long into the match, about 6 minutes, Emma did her springboard crossbody, and the way that they landed just somehow caused Rina to hit her head very hard, and she went unconscious and wasn't moving when the move was over. And that caused Barb Sasaki, of course, to end the match immediately. And there was a very long pause in the program while they dealt with that and made sure Rina was okay. She did end up going to the hospital with a suspected concussion, but she did end up tweeting later that she's okay and that she's recovering. She took some time off. She wasn't at the Korakuen Hall show like it was planned for her to be. So it's good that she came out of this relatively okay.
Yeah.
But it's always scary when a wrestler doesn't get up from a bump. Like, your alerts are all on. You're like, what happened? Are they okay? And that's all we ever want, is for the wrestlers to be happy and healthy.
It's horrifying. I mean, it's when you do get that big injury, you know, and sometimes it's a concussion. I mean, you don't always know right off the bat too. I mean, my concussion was horrible, and that's the thing about the effects. You don't know what kind of effects it's going to have long lasting,
right?
And you know, so I want her to take all the time she absolutely needs.
Yeah.
You know, even if that meant 5-star or whatever, it's so much more important for her just to be okay, because like I know with mine, it caused it was a legit like 45-minute death match, and somehow I got a concussion early in the match, like going through a table and with my head and
right.
A couple chair shots, DDT to the concrete, unprotected punches that we were each doing, and then concrete wall was, I think, the big one. But you know, I didn't know for a couple of days. I just kept blacking out, and I was training like on Wednesday night, I think, and I was giving and taking monkey flips, and I passed out in the middle of taking a monkey flip and woke up in the hospital. I mean, I don't remember anything until being in the hospital, and the neurosurgeon was like, "You should be dead," and just without a doubt, he's like, "You should be dead," because of the pressure and stuff. But even with that said, I took some time, you know, but it took a year. I would just be talking, and all of a sudden I would blink real hard, and it would take like a second or something to be able to talk again.
Right.
And when you're younger, it's like, oh, haha.
Right.
Like, yeah, man, that's my concussion, you know?
You don't take it too seriously.
You don't take it serious enough. And if I could go back in time, I would not have wrestled the next week, and you know.
Yeah, and to that point, Rina is only 18 years old, so that's definitely not something you want to mess around with.
I'm worried that she'll come back too soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, especially with the 5-star Grand Prix coming up. So I'm glad that she at least took the time off from the next show, and hopefully she takes a couple more weeks off at least.
She had to get hit really hard to knock you out.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like your standard crossbodies, essentially. Like, it didn't look like anything that could have had that sort of impact, but you never know what it'll happen on.
Everybody has a button, man.
Yeah.
Somewhere on that face, everybody has a button.
Yeah, for sure. But in the aftermath of this, they actually took New Blood down and edited out the first match and the long pause that they took. It was like 25 minutes that it was just on the New Blood logo while they were fixing all of this before they started the second match. So they took it down for a while, took that out, and then put it back up, starting with the second match.
So it was almost like that match and the god-awful thing that happened almost lit a fire under the girls.
Yeah, it's like everyone who came out subsequently after that was just ready to burn the place down. I don't know. They were all crazy.
Yeah, this New Blood is the most go out of your way to see New Blood that there's ever been. And you need to go out of your way to see it with the open mind of, I want to watch some really good matches develop.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's for, right? It's New Blood.
It's so good.
It is. It was the best New Blood I can remember seeing.
Yeah.
At least for a long time.
Hands down.
I thought it was amazing. The second match that it is now the first match if you go to watch it is Kikyo Furusawa in a singles match against Kyoka Kotatsu. So we have a couple of very technical wrestlers here. You got Kyoka throwing those kicks of hers at Kikyo, and then Kikyo working on Kyoka's leg, trying to get that, like the knee bar and the ankle lock that she has been working on since her debut.
Yeah.
So it was a very back and forth, like one working the arm, one working the leg, and Kyoka's selling of the leg was so good. Like, she was limping by the end of the match.
She did like the hell out of it.
It was so good. Kyoka did end up winning this match with an armbar. She made Kikyo tap out, but I thought it was a very good example of what both of these girls are capable of.
I did too.
And it was very scrappy. Like,
Yeah.
in a clumsy sort of like, we're actually trying to get one over on each other sort of way. It was really fun to watch.
I agree, man. Fun's the right word.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
Just
fun.
a good time.
Right off the bat, when you're like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah, it was really
I
enjoyable.
had no right of being that good.
Following that, we had a tag team match, Rion teaming with Hanoka against Saran and Asuka Goda. All three of them, aside from Rion, are all from Pro Wrestling Wave.
Yeah, and Rion and Hanoka need to just be a normal, all-the-time team.
I agree. I really love them as a team. They're the same age. They have similar styles. They're the same size. They just make sense.
Yeah.
They just look like a tag team.
They look like a tag team. They act like a tag team.
Yeah.
And I just really, regardless, I want Hanoka to be in Stardom full time.
Same, yeah. And Saran and Asuka Goda also always put on a great show.
God, Saran was so good.
They're so different from one another. Saran is smaller. She's much faster and like very smooth in the way she works. And then Asuka Goda, of course, is the more powerhouse type of wrestler because she's got all that size to her.
Saran puts me in mind of another, because I think Saran should be a heel. Like,
You think so?
yeah, I think she's a heel. I think she's like
She's got that vibe.
Yeah, she puts me in mind of the Marigold. Oh my God, Darkness Revolution.
Misa?
Yes.
Misa Matsui?
Yeah, for some reason, there's something about her work
Yeah.
that puts me in mind of Misa.
That I can see that totally. I can see what you're talking about. And we were actually very pleasantly surprised to see Rion grab the win in this match. She used her new Hanaguruma finish
And it
on
looked
Asuka Goda to get the pin. It was really cool. All four of these ladies obviously put their hearts out there in the ring to make this match what it was. It was very enjoyable.
Yes, it was.
Then came the match of the night for New Blood, the match of the week almost. Like, I don't know what they had going on before this happened, but I have a feeling what happened with Rena earlier and just what was coming up at Korakuen Hall in general is what made this match what it was, which was incredible. And in this match, we had Akira Kuragane, Aya Sakura, and Sayaka Kurara versus Ronnie Yagami, Hina, and Lady C.
Which sounds pedestrian at first.
It kind of does. You're like, okay, we got some young girls in there. We got
on paper, we've seen this, right?
like Cosmic Angels and God's Eye. Okay.
No, you haven't seen this. So
No. God's Eye, they just, I don't know, something in the God's Eye water lately.
Yeah, somebody needs to check the punch bowl at the God's Eye
They
Dojo.
were so hardcore in this match, from Lady C, big booting people to their death. And then Hina and Akira Kuragane could not have done a better job of hyping up their Future of Stardom title match than they did in this 6-man.
Dude, Hina. All right, this is it. Everyone come together here.
Everyone get in close.
All right, get in close here. Bring it in. So the three sisters of Stardom, right? You have Big Hanan.
Yes.
And her big smile and her big lights. And the fact
she is a light, yes.
The fact that she just lights up her room and she's my Barry Windham.
Yeah, she's
right?
obvious leadership material.
Yeah, she's a leader, she's a queen, she's a king, she's awesome. Then you got Rena. Rena is next level entertainment. She's just amazing. We've been pushing Rena since we started this show.
Yes.
So we kind of, because of her school and everything else, we kind of, like Hina's she's kind of been the third Manning brother.
Yes, she's the third sister.
Yeah,
or has been.
and she's Cooper Manning, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You got Peyton, you got Eli, and you got Cooper. Cooper's a nice guy. Nothing wrong with Cooper.
Right.
Cooper's good to have around.
He's smart, probably.
Yeah, he's good in a pinch.
He focuses more on school, and other
family,
things.
school,
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know? All right. So just imagine if Cooper had just come out all of a sudden and been like, guys, I've decided I'm going to be quarterback of the Patriots, and just wins the Super Bowl instantly. That's what happened for me in the last couple of weeks. I don't know what bottle of bullshit juju that Hina has downed, but
I don't know,
but
man.
something has happened to Hina where Hina is a hyena. And
She's turned into a killer. This is a straight killer.
she's a killer, but she comes out all Lucy Lou-ing it, like
yes.
looking at the camera, and you're like, whoa, wait a second. You weren't like that when we went to summer break. Why do you look different now? I don't understand what happened
the
to
new
Hina.
school year started, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
Hina.
She looks like she's a walking Prel commercial. You know, the shampoo and just the
The hair
bounce,
flips, yes.
the bounce. It's like the Vidal Sassoon. You know,
Yes.
It's
I think you said she and Matt Jackson should do a hair commercial together.
They both have magnificent hair, but but once you get past the hair and the look and the hair flip and just that damn ability, right? You get to this work that she's been putting out.
Oh my goodness.
And
She just becomes so scary in the ring.
It's just so damn believable that it's amazing. And I don't want to jump a gun, but I do have to a little bit, and then you could talk about this. But the damn promo
Yeah.
that Hina will end up cutting throughout this weekend of shows.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, you could even see it before this match started in the way she looked at Akira when Akira basically said, I'm starting and I want Hina.
Yeah.
And the way Hina looks at her it was just so like blade to the heart.
It's like if Quentin Tarantino was doing some kind of cool film, and as soon as Akira says that, it just zooms straight into Hina's face, like ding!
Yeah, exactly. If looks could kill, right? That's Hina all the way lately, and she's just had this air about her that's very sure of herself, and very like, you're not going to beat me. Sorry.
I love it.
It's amazing.
She doesn't remind me of her twin at all.
No,
right?
They're very different.
She's like heel Hanan.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
That's what's scary.
She definitely gives more, like, not really heel vibes, but just very serious vibes. It's very God's Eye. I guess she's finally like fallen into the
I get that.
the God's Eye way of doing
she's
things.
more just killer. She's not. She's above good and bad.
Yeah. She's just pro wrestling, man. And in this match, her and Akira absolutely beat the crap out of each other. Like, they were the final two in the match. We had some great stuff, of course, with Lady C. We got to see Sayaka and Rana face off some more, and Rana and Aya Sakura actually had some really great stuff against each other, and you were making jokes about Spider-Man meme between them.
Yeah, I mean,
because they have very similar styles.
They should. I mean, I don't know, man. They just are. They're a lot alike.
They are, and them throwing kicks back and forth, though, good stuff, great stuff.
Really is.
But the highlight of this match was Hina and Akira going at it, and of course, this comes off the tail of Akira having pinned Hina in last weekend's show, so she was not happy about that. It clearly showed.
Right.
And Hina was able to get her win back in this match with the Gato clutch. She pinned Akira, so it was a great match. This 6-man really delivered, and it made me so excited for the future Stardom Championship match 2 days later that it did all it needed to.
Yeah, I agree.
It was great. And
Awesome.
God's Eye, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I love it. Keep it up.
Yes, absolutely, man.
And then in the main event of New Blood for the New Blood tag team titles, we had Waka Tsukiyama and Hanako defending against Momo Kogo and Yuria Hime. So Ricer Bread versus Peach and Lily. And Yuria Hime, of course, debuting a new look. She has red hair now, and
Oh,
new
does she?
gear.
Does she?
It's similar gear. It's still the same color scheme.
Oh, I don't know if I
essentially.
noticed that she had all that.
It's very princessy, very like Rapunzel coded. I love it.
Yes.
I think everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's universal love for Yurihime's new look.
Yeah,
Outside of that, this match was just fine.
it was great. Yeah,
it was great.
It was good.
It was wonderful. Waka and Hanako hung on to those New Blood tag titles, though. Hanako using a big lariat to take Yuria out in the end. So Yuria has yet to, in her mind, prove herself worthy of joining Stars, even though Stars is like, come on, you can join. She's like, no, I have to prove that I'm worthy. It's like a reverse of what happened with Yuna when she wanted to get into Cosmic Angels. Instead of the whole faction being like, you have to prove yourself, Yuri is like implementing that on herself. She doesn't want to join unless she can prove
maybe it's
it.
reverse psychology.
Maybe.
It makes it a lot easier to join when you make them want you.
Right. They're like, wow, look at how dedicated she is. Come on in. But yeah, it's a great New Blood.
It was. Go out of your way.
Yes, it was very good. This one was very Stardom heavy. Like, there was only one match that featured people from outside of Stardom.
Yeah, it was. Listen, just watch it. Just watch it.
Just watch it. It's so good. New Blood's so good. You shouldn't miss it every month or two that they do it. It's like every month or every other month they have a New Blood.
It's random. They had one like a month ago. So
it's usually either right before a Korakuen Hall or right before a big pay-per-view.
Right.
It's when they'll do New Blood. They pull it on out there. But the next day, on the 5th of July, we finally got to what we've been waiting for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The 5-Star Grand Prix press conference where
Yes.
they announced everyone who will be in the tournament, what blocks they're going to be in, yada, yada, yada. So let's give our reaction to this.
Yeah.
This press conference actually started out with a contract signing. Saya Kamatani and Natsupoi have their World of Stardom Championship match on July 21st at Sapporo Rendezvous. So they did the contract signing for that match at this press conference. And Natsupoi had some very interesting things to say to Saya Kamatani in this press conference. She was very adamant that Saya's heel persona is not as truthful as she might want it to be. She called it a facade and told her she's faking it, essentially.
She said half-ass heel gimmick.
Yes, she did. Because she pointed out that Saya's been going out and doing all these media things, all these commercials and ads, and like not even acting like a heel when she's out there. And that ever since she destroyed Tam and made her leave, essentially, which Poi was like, I haven't forgotten about that, by the way.
Right.
Ever since that happened, she's kind of gotten lackluster and
If I may
doesn't
point out,
seem...
she basically said everything I've pointed out for weeks on there.
Yeah. It's basically what you've been saying about Natsupoi's character and about how Saya's been acting recently in the ring as well as out of the ring.
Something's up with Poi, man.
Saya just doesn't seem invested in it anymore.
And Poi is more traditionalist. And,
Yeah.
you know, I love Saya's comebacks.
Yes.
You said she put in social media.
Yes, Saya does love a long tweet, doesn't she?
Yes.
In response to people. And this time around, she was telling everyone that the reason she does all this media and all these commercials is because she wants as many eyes on women's professional wrestling as humanly possible, and she's doing her part to bring in new fans that might not know about them because she wants women's wrestling to be the biggest thing in the world. She also said that she never said that she was going to be a traditional heel, and
Right.
what even does that mean? And she can go by her own rules, essentially. So she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong or like betraying the image of hate or what have you.
Well, no, I mean, I think she's a great heel. Just her whole promo of hey.
She does have a great cadence with it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's. I love it. It's very Edo period, like
Yeah.
you know, a madam of a. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes, they're definitely polar opposites, these two.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see them clash, especially after what we saw at Korakuen Hall, which was crazy. But before we get there, we need to talk about the 5-Star Grand Prix because it is coming up in a matter of weeks, and we now know everything about it. essentially. And we will do a proper preview for the 5-Star Grand Prix like we did last year.
So we're going to keep our reactions short here because...
Yes. We are not going to talk about who we think's going to win or anything like that here. I'm just going to tell you what was announced, and then we'll move on.
Because it is interesting, and I just honestly... I'm more excited about this 5-star than any 5-star I've watched.
It's so interesting.
Because of how unique it is.
Yeah. So they announced that the tournament will be in 4 blocks of 8 like it was last year. And the top 3 of each of those blocks will face off in a single elimination tournament to reach the finals at the end. So essentially the top 3 from each of the 4 blocks, so 12 people total, will go to a single elimination tournament. The number 1 person from each block will get a bye because it's like a seeded tournament. And the tournament will have red on one side, blue on the other, and then the winner of each side will meet in the middle at the finals on August 23rd. So there are 13 total nights of action in the tournament. It starts on July 27th. Then the tournament after the tournament, as you might say, starts on the 20th of August with the first 2 rounds of the tournament. And then the 23rd of August is when the semifinals and final will happen.
Yes.
So who's in the 5-Star Grand Prix this year, you might be asking?
Who?
We'll start off with Red Stars A. In this block, we have Azusa Inaba.
Yes.
Lady C.
Interesting.
Mei Seira.
Awesome.
Saya Kamatani. Hanan.
My God, what a block.
Yuna Mizumori. Waka Tsukiyama. And B. Priestley.
B. Priestley.
Oh, I was so excited to hear her name when they said it. I was like, yes, they brought her. Because we've been waiting.
B. Priestley versus Hanan. B. Priestley versus Saya Kamatani.
Oh, there's so much good stuff in
May
here.
Sarah.
Oh, B versus May is going to be crazy good. I can already tell. But there are so many good matchups in this block. I mean, Hanan versus just about anyone in a singles match I can get behind.
What the best match is. What we're most excited for, Raja.
Oh, you mean Hanan versus Mei Seira?
Damn right.
1-on-1? Because for some reason they hate each other.
They've been building this grudge match since time immemorial, man.
It's like, over a year now, I think. They've been at each other's throats. Anytime they're in the ring together, it's like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, so that's a great block. But then we move on to Red Stars B. And I don't even know what to tell you about this block, okay? Because we've got Rina. We have Rion. Sayaka Kurara.
Yes, she's there.
Azumi.
Okay.
Starlight Kid.
What's going on?
Natsupoi.
Shut up.
Tomoka Inaba.
Wow.
And Natsuka Tora.
Okay.
That's so many heavy hitters in one block that it's scary.
I mean, it's one of those things of pick your poison, bro.
I know. Like, 3 people from this block will be going to the tournament afterwards, but you could literally pick from, like, most of these people to be in the top 3.
So we're going to get Eternal Foes rematch.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So you're going to get Poi versus freaking Azumi.
Oh, man.
You're going to get Sayaka versus Rina, Sayaka versus Poi.
Sayaka versus Natsupoi is going to be so good. I don't even know how to feel about that.
Tomoka versus Azumi.
Oh, man. Natsuka Tora versus Rina is also very interesting.
Yeah.
The little inter-hate match.
Yeah, no, I'm so there.
This block is so stacked. Like, all of these singles matches
this could
are
just
going to
be the
insane.
tournament for me.
It could be, honestly. Moving on to Blue Stars A, we have Ruaka.
Yes.
Ami Sori. Sariano.
That's right.
Saya Ida.
Muscles.
Miyu Amasaki.
Kevin.
Aya Sakura.
Yes.
Bozilla. And either Yuria Hime or Akira Kuragane, depending on who wins their singles match against each other.
So Yuria,
you're like putting all bets on Yuria getting into the tournament.
I
think it would be great.
Yeah, I mean it'll be great regardless. But sorry about y'all's damn luck with Bozilla in there.
I know, and it was so funny. Like during the press conference, everyone said their things, and like pretty much everyone had their focus on Bozilla. Even Ruaka was like, everyone's gonna say they want to win, blah blah blah. My only goal is to beat Bozilla. It's like.
Yeah.
wow, Ruaka has a goal. She actually cares about something.
That's the first. There's a first for everything. Watch her be the only one who beats Bozilla.
That would be so weird. Crazy. It is hard. It's a difficult out when you have someone the size of Bozilla in your block. And she's going to be a spoiler for a lot of people's tournaments, probably.
But it's so great because it's instant storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it. The match is made.
You get so many stories out of the 5-star with these singles matches. And I'm especially looking forward to Amisori versus Bozilla because that's obviously a ready-made story in and of itself.
Yeah.
But the last block, the final block, Blue Stars B, we have Konami, Suzu Suzuki, Rana Yagami,
Your girl.
Momo Kogo,
Yes.
Hina,
My girl.
Hanako,
Yes.
Momo Watanabe,
She's badass.
and Sari.
Oh, shit.
This is a killer's block, dude.
Yeah.
This is the block you do not want to be in. This is the ass kicker's block.
Yeah, this is Murderer's Row.
Like,
I don't think all these girls make it through.
terrifying. Even Hina with her new
So,
attitude.
how scared is Momo Kogo?
Poor Momo Kogo. How did she get put in this block?
Momo Kogo is going to have a one-on-one match
Oh, man.
against Sari.
Yeah.
And against Momo Watanabe. And against Hina. And against Rana Yagami.
Yeah.
And against Suzu Suzuki. And against freaking Konami.
This is a terrifying block.
I didn't want to dude, listen. That's just like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be the block to watch if you want to see people get their head kicked in. You want to see people, like, knocked out. This is it.
I'd quit the business.
This is the whole thing. But 32 people in the 5-star Grand Prix, 4 blocks of 8, all pretty much the whole roster, okay, is in the 5-star Grand Prix, aside from some young girls. Notable absences, obviously, Maika, who's hurt. Saki Hashima isn't in it. We're not going to have any Kishikaise finishes this year.
Oh.
It's always so much fun to try to guess who's going to get Kishikaise in like 10 seconds.
No FWC.
No FWC. No Hazuki in the 5-star.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Yeah.
What's happening there?
I don't know
A little side note there.
What's going on?
What's going on in your little story
You
there?
gonna finish that novel? Got a protagonist? Got an antagonist?
Oh, I think Hazuki's turned into the antagonist of Stardom at this point. I don't know if she's off doing her international thing as Shiri's gone. But we got some great additions in Sari, Bozilla, and B. Priestley as well. So,
dude, I will take it.
It's so interesting. I love it when things get mixed up.
Yeah, it's just fresh.
And you know, all those younger girls who are getting a chance this year because of that are going to go, like, they're going to try their very best to get some footing.
They'll not be young girls anymore.
No.
Not after those few weeks are over and they're beat all to piss.
All of those singles matches.
Yeah.
I am so looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing the preview so we can really deep dive into the tournament and everything.
We're gonna dive the deeps out of.
Do our picks and all.
Yes.
But
my wins.
we must move on now to July 6th, which is the Korakuen Hall show.
Korakuen Hall!
A packed out Korakuen Hall, I might add. They were selling like standing room only tickets
Word
for
on
this
the street is our studio is underneath Korakuen Hall.
Wouldn't that be so fun? You just hear the wrestling above you at all times.
Oh, what do you mean would be?
This was a fairly early show. I'm pretty sure New Japan had a Korakuen Hall show on the same day, so it was like, you just come see Stardom, come see New Japan. I'd get the double ticket.
I think it's awesome to have the standing room only.
Yeah. Stardom is as popular as it ever has been in the past 2 years. So
just having the fresh people out there and still pulling that, that's awesome.
And lucky them, they got a heck of a show.
They did.
A humdinger of a show.
Let's tell them.
Well, we started the night off with a singles match, Kikyo Furusawa versus Momo Kogo. Pretty great match between the two of them. Kikyo obviously using her ankle lock and her leg ability. She does this spot where she will drop kick your leg out from under you and then grab it into an ankle lock, which I just think is such a cool, like 1-2 move that she uses.
It really is cool.
But Momo Kogo was the victor in this match. She used the Nectar Peach to win.
She's a vampire hunter.
So, yes, she didn't vibe with that goth stuff.
No.
Then, to start off the regular action of the night, we had a 6-man, which was Kyoka Kotatsu, Lady C, and Amisori. versus Itsuki Aoki, Bozilla, and Suzu Suzuki. So Mavita Loca versus God's Eye. It was very hard hitting, as you would imagine, with Lady C and Bozilla and the others in there. But what was the coolest thing of them all was Bozilla pulling out a Styles Clash on Amisori near the end of the match. She Styles Clashed her, then hit her with the damnedest powerbomb and like just crumpled her in half to win the match. It was devastating looking.
It's pretty crazy that Bozilla welcomed the Ring of Honor, to Amisori like that.
Yeah, it is.
Just annihilated her on basically her return too.
Yeah, since Amisori just came back, you'd think that she would have a bit of a wiggle room there for some victories, and I think it's super interesting being the day after they announced the blocks and Ami and Bozilla are in the same 5-star block. I think they're definitely building a little feud.
You think
here.
It's going to come down to them two, is what you said, and
yes, I do think it'll probably come down the first place spot.
And Ami's going to get her win back.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I love Bozilla. Okay, she's crazy. I love it. I also love Itsuki Aoki. I love Suzu Suzuki. This whole match was just a ton of fun. It always is when Mavita Loca's out there. They just have a good time. It seems like.
Agreed.
And God's Eye, of course, is just. They're killers. They do their best, but Bozilla took the win in this case.
It was awesome, though. I'm with you, man. Mavita Loca is like the most entertaining group out there right now.
I agree. The next match featured Rion, Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama, Koguma, and Hazuki versus Yuria Hime, Saki Kashima, Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara, and Yuna Mizumori. So a great big 10-man match. And this was the return of FWC to regular action, essentially. They came back from their tour in America, Hazuki defending the Spark Women's Championship over there. But this match was very silly to start out with. There was this whole thing where, Koguma, she wants to do the bear dance at the beginning of the match, and Yuria, Saki, and Sayaka all wanted to start the match with her. They were very excited about it. So Sayaka had a way to choose who was going to start the match. She pulled out 3 pieces of paper with names on them and held them out to Koguma to pick from, so where she couldn't see the names. But when the camera showed the backs of the pieces of paper, they all 3 said Sayaka Kurara.
It was great. And that somebody else came up with that.
Yes, it was so funny. The whole thing was amazing. And so Sayaka got to start the match. She got to do the bear dance, but they were interrupted. And Yuna Mizumori does not like the bear dance. She interrupts it at as many chances as she possibly can.
Right.
And so it was a great match. It was a 10-man, so it was nonstop action the entire time. And it ended because Saki Kashima pinned Rion, but only after Sayaka Kurara took out Rion with her Tokimeki Spear, because that's how Saki Kashima gets her wins.
No, dude, it was fun. Good fun.
Yes, you always can expect a good fun match when Koguma and Saki Kashima are in the same match. So it was really enjoyable. Following that, we had a tag team match, Emma Maishima and Hanoka versus Miyu Amasaki and Mei Seira. And the reason that this match came about is because originally there was supposed to be the Artist of Stardom title match, which Miyu would have been in, and this was supposed to be Emma versus Mei 1-on-1. But because Rina got hurt at New Blood, they couldn't do the artist match because Rina was supposed to be on the other side of it. So they took Miyu out and put her in this match and then brought Hanoka in to be Emma's tag team partner, which was really cool to see. I love seeing Hanoka.
We didn't get to see her much, but
no, it was a pretty quick match. Not a ton of stuff going on. Emma Maishima took the pin from Mei Seira after a standard, Mei Seira dropkick you in the face. Dropkick. So
yes,
it was really fun. A little high speed here and there, but I would really love to see Mei Seira just get back fully to those high speed matches.
I think she's avoiding the stupid rules.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to do a high speed title match because they're dumb now.
Right.
I just want to see a great Mei Seira singles match. We'll see plenty of them in the 5-star, I'm sure. But I missed the high speed title matches. They were so good.
I do too.
They used to be so good.
They'll be good again.
After that, we went to the third match from the top, which was a special singles match. Rana Yagami versus Shiri in Shiri's last match before she goes on an extended break.
And Rana Yagami came out looking as only she can look with the old Shiri gear on.
Yes, the red gear. She was clearly very emotional, which one you would understand in this situation, right? This match was beautiful. That's like the best way I can describe it. It was a love letter of pro wrestling between these two. It was so good. There was this moment where they're kicking each other back and forth in the back, and Rana does the thing where you sit yourself down and is like, come on, kick me in the back. And Shiri sits down beside her, and Rana turns to face her, and Shiri's just smiling, and they're just facing each other. I don't know. It was so good. The whole match, it started with the grappling, then it got into the kicks, and then they were just full bore at each other.
So what you're saying is it had moments.
Yes, it was crazy good.
Yeah.
It was so good. I'm so proud of Rana for being able to have this level of match in Korakuen Hall.
Yeah.
I am so proud of Shiri for teaching her as well as she has. And it was very emotional all the way up to the end. And of course, they had the hug and everything after Shiri pinned Rana. She used the Emerald Flosion, which, it's done after that happens usually. But Rana did a great job of escaping a lot of submissions that most people wouldn't be able to get out of with Shiri.
And now, Shiri, we will sponsor you if you want somewhere to stay on your Western excursion.
When you're coming to America, yeah, you need a little place to settle down.
Yeah,
We're all about it.
so let us know.
But after this match, Shiri told Rana that she did such a good job and how strong she's become, But, Shiri's got to go off now and do her own thing. So God's Eye was there. They were all around the ring and everything.
It's okay. The girls are going to be fine.
They will be. God's Eye will be fine because they're such a strong unit.
I hope they're like a bunch of newborn vampires in Twilight.
They just go crazy and start
just
killing
go
people.
Nuts. It's like, oh God, we got to get Sherry back.
Like every match, they're like dominating, and everyone's like, "Oh no, Sherry's the only one that controlled them."
They all just start wearing bear hats. Just going nuts.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy if they just get more devastating.
Yeah.
After Sherry leaves, it's like she was the one actually holding them back.
I think it would be cool for somebody who take the unofficial leadership until Sherry gets back, and then Sherry's like, "What the,
Yeah, I wonder who that would be.
Be like, who are you, woman?"
I'm sure Ami Sori would be the best suited for a semi-leadership position in God's Eye.
Like, girl.
Who are you and why are you leading
What
my
would really
pack?
be the coolest thing if Saki Kashima turns into just a bitch general. And
That would be crazy.
Completely serious.
She's like, Sherry left me in charge.
Yeah, well, I mean, just completely serious, non-joking.
Yeah.
And
I would love to see that.
They might think she's joking at first. Can you imagine, like, if she wet her hair back?
Oh man.
And-
And she like got some long voice
Yeah.
and like she's very just very no nonsense all of a sudden.
Like some kind of, officer suit.
I feel like if
And-
Sherry asked her to be in charge, she would do that.
Like a riding crop.
Yeah. That would be like Paul Jones.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sorry, we just watched that and that's what popped into my head.
The WWE Network, not network, but the WWE YouTube has been putting up some really cool stuff, and they've got like the WCW one, and we've been watching some mid '80s stuff. And there's a manager named Paul Jones that
He had a similar riding crop aesthetic
Yes.
at one point. But when I think of God's Eye, this has nothing to do with anything. But recently, I've been thinking of Kiwi and her Velociraptors.
yes,
Like Shiri is so Kiwi.
Yes.
And then she's got her pack around her.
I can
That's
see
like
that.
that's just what it made me think of.
Do you want to tell the people what you're talking about?
Oh, it's from Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I know
which
we've talked
about on
we
the
have,
show.
but you just can't drop the kind of stuff on people without
There are
letting them know.
dinosaurs.
Yes.
Imagine.
There's vampire dinosaurs.
In Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yes.
There's everything in Dungeon
Yes.
Crawler Carl, okay? It's so good. After that, we moved into the final two matches of the night, the semi-main event being for the Future of Stardom Championship, Hina defending against Akira Kuragane. And after their New Blood match, they kind of just picked up right where they left off and just started beating the tar out of each other. And there was no joking around in this match.
Literal tar. They had to
Yes.
clean it up.
Yeah, it was disgusting. I don't know what happened.
They gave everything.
They did. And Akira, to her credit, did such a good job. It's only been 6 months since her debut.
It's been.
And Hina brought that up after the fact. It's like, has it really only been 6 months since you
Yeah,
started?
I mean, it's, again, no business being this good.
Yeah.
And
It's
she was
crazy.
believable to the point that it seemed like she could win.
Yeah, there were a few times there where it seemed like she did. However, Hina used the jackhammer and then
Yeah.
followed it up with her mad splash to win and retain the future Stardom Championship.
Hina looked amazing. Hina had a wonderful win here.
She
And
really looks like a champion.
She does. Maybe she's on her way to. I mean, right now, it is the hottest belt.
Yeah. And we heard that as
Yeah.
when Sayaka Kurara came out after the match because Hina was like, who gonna challenge next? I got this belt.
Yeah.
So Sayaka Kurara came out.
Was she crab dancing like you just did?
I wish, but she came out and
Who's gonna
essentially
challenge for his belt? crab,
like
crab.
sidestepping.
Yeah.
Essentially what Sayaka said was that she won the Cinderella, right? She brought that up again. And she did use that to challenge for the World of Stardom Championship already. But now she wants a shot at the future Stardom Championship, which is the hottest belt in Stardom at this moment,
And
in her opinion.
she needs it because right now she's turning into Larry Zbyszko, who little history lesson time. So Larry Zbyszko fought Bruno San Martino, and it was a big, mentor versus student thing in WWF, and it sold out everywhere. It was so huge, such a big angle. But then, he spent the next decade talking about facing Bruno and selling out with Bruno.
Right.
No matter where he went, to the point that it became a joke about Larry. That Larry was going to talk about Bruno San Martino.
Right.
And it's scary. It's like Tommy Rich winning the world title for 3 days. He was always former NWA world champion, Tommy
Right,
Rich.
right.
And they're like, yes, we know, Tommy.
You had the belt.
Yeah, so using the Cinderella thing,
Oh, man.
I know it's the same year, right? But
Yeah.
but she's right. When Hina went nuts on her on the promo,
She
and
just tore into her.
just-
I'm pretty sure she called her a forgettable Cinderella, which we've kind of heard before.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody cares that you won Cinderella. What have you done
Right.
since then?
right, because if you don't capitalize on it, man.
Yeah.
And here she comes just assuming she can get a title shot
Yeah.
at another title. And Hina, to her credit, is going to take the challenge, but man, she let her freaking have it.
She did. She tore into her, and maybe Sayaka deserves that a little bit. I mean, she's been very distracted with the whole Tam thing happening and everything else, and she did get some very big opportunities under Tam, like being able to challenge for the World of Stardom Championship and winning the Cinderella tournament. So maybe she's a little too big for her britches, and Hina needs to put her back in her place.
Well, I mean, it happens. We saw last week in Marvelous. A nice young little tag team that you want to remind you of Chigusa and Lioness Asuka so bad, just with the blue and the red.
Yeah.
But they got the shit kicked out of them.
Oh, man.
That match.
Spark Rush as
Yeah.
a tag team.
Yes.
Takumi Rohan, sorry. There's too much, okay?
Yeah,
It's just too much.
they beat the bejesus out of those girls, though.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, you're right.
If we got Spark Rush in, like, Tag League, I would lose my
But
absolute mind.
every now and then that's got to happen. And
Yeah.
you learn so much from that kind of stuff.
Agreed. I absolutely think Hina should take it on and beat her without question.
Just
Not, like, terribly, just
Just
like, win without question, without doubt.
beat the talent into her.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
she's
yes.
already, dude, Sayaka, we love Sayaka Kurara.
Of course we
And
do.
she's amazing. And I just think that she really does need
Yeah, a little reset.
something.
Just get
Yeah.
back on track where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be at this
Right.
point in your career.
Right.
Which is, I mean, she's doing great for herself.
It's just because of the Tam relationship. I mean, it was like a hangover.
Yeah, that
And-
whole story, like from last year's
Oh,
5-star and
It
everything.
built.
Yeah.
And there was not really a payoff for her.
No, because she had that title match against Sayaka or against Saya, and
Yeah.
she lost. So that was it.
Yeah. You're just down to the bottom of the ladder and you have no other stories you've built.
Yeah, so you're just kind of relegated back to
Yeah.
the low end of the card,
Yeah,
like
it's-
in multi-mans.
It sucks, but you have to go out of your way at that point to make yourself known.
Yeah, and I guess challenging for the future Stardom Championship is the start of that for her.
Yes.
So this match with Hina and Akira was amazing.
It was.
And the future title is back on track to where it's like believably one of the biggest belts in Stardom, like when Rena held it, and we look forward to the matches.
Yeah.
every
man.
single time.
We have looked forward to future matches now for 2 years.
Yes, they're so good. But the main event of this night in Korakuen Hall was a massive all-star 12-man tag, the big headlines. You can imagine it in your head. Featuring Saya Ida, Hanan, Sariano, Natsupoi, Azumi, and Starlight Kid versus Fukigen Death, Ruaka, Konami, Momo Watanabe, Natsuka Tora, and Saya Kamatani. So Hate taking on 3 of the craziest tag teams in Stardom right now,
so I had to
joining forces.
I had to go back and watch this again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
On my own. And it's just because
it's intense.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
I had to watch it again. Good God. What a damn match.
You've got all the stories wrapped up in here. You've got Saya and Hanan with BMI 2000. You've got Starlight Kids and Sariano on the same team, but in the same match. Nonetheless, obviously, Natsupoi and Saya Kamatani.
It felt like very much they gave us a lot of matches within that match.
Yeah, and 12-mans are usually hectic as hell.
But they gave match length stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cool shit.
It was like you got enough of every single pairing
It was a
that
sampler
you
platter.
felt satisfied with it. And of course the big story in this one was Natsupoi versus Saya Kamatani, and their parts of the match were insanely good. There was a thrust kick from Saya Kamatani that went through Natsupoi's face.
Yeah, you could see it on her chin.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But most surprisingly is how this match ended, because Natsupoi used the Fairy Gift and then the Fairy Ring to pin Saya Kamatani.
It's a big deal.
Clean in the middle of the ring.
It's a big deal.
It is. Pinning the champion is an insane way to go out.
Kamatani's a hard out, man.
She is. She's sneaky.
Yeah, she don't give them up.
No, and she hits you with that Star Crusher, and it's all over.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out from under Saya Kamatani when she wants to beat you. But Natsupoi found a way to do it, and she told Saya point blank after this match, while they're still on the ground, she said, "It's my time. I'm ready. I'm going to be the light." And Saya was like, "You're boring. Shut up," basically, in return. But
then there was a whole heaping helping of challenges.
Jesus. Okay. We ended this show with so much going on. So we got Saya and Natsupoi on the 21st. Then BMI 2000 was like, "Hey, we make the rules. We're going to say when we're going to challenge for the Goddess of Stardom title. So we want to do it at the next Korakuen Hall show on July 24th. So that's when that's set. Then Bozilla came out and challenged Azumi for the NJPW Strong Women's Championship, which will also be at Korakuen Hall on the 24th. And then Sariano got on the mic and told Starlight Kid that she basically said, "Thank you for coming after me all these days. I think I will accept your challenge after all, even though I still don't know what you see in me. Maybe I lost that belt a year ago, so maybe this is my time to try to get it back." So they're going to have that match on the 21st in Sapporo.
Yeah.
And then, Natsupoi was like, "Well, this has been a crazy night of challenges. Why don't we end the show all together?" And they did the Stardom, believe today, shine tomorrow, Stardom. They did the cutesy ending, but
incredible old school Korakuen Hall.
It was insane.
Show. Just an amazing show.
It was so good.
It was.
And it went by so fast. I was impressed.
You'd be surprised how fast it went by.
But I am also very much looking forward to this week of shows that we're building towards, because you start with the 21st, which is Sapporo Rendezvous, big pay-per-view. You go 3 days later to the 24th, which is the Korakuen Hall show with already 2 big title matches on it. Then 3 days later, it's the first day of the 5-Star Grand Prix. So this is like what we train for.
Oh, yes. This is it.
It's time.
I'm ready.
It's time for all the Joshi. And then we get a month worth, 13 shows of the 5-Star Grand Prix, and it's just gonna be a fun summer, okay?
It's gonna be the best, and I'm super excited. If I wasn't excited already, just as I thought of it, I'm excited now because of the setup.
Make sure you're following along with us at Cult of Joshi on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and comment on this video. Let us know what you thought of the 5-star announcements, what you're most excited to see, what you thought about Korakuen Hall, all those good things, because we love to hear your opinions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along with ours, so we can have a little conversation about it.
And be ready. Be ready. Because it's coming quick. And our big preview for the
Yes.
5-star is
Yes.
upcoming.
It's coming sooner than you might think.
Yep.
But for now, that's all we have for you. So I'm Raja. He's John. So long from Cult of Joshi.
Bye.